So there's a few questions about vaccine safety, and some of them are asking about the fact that it was approved under emergency use. And how is that different than the normal process that vaccines would go through before they're used?
So in Canada, this had to do more with bureaucracy and making the process more efficient and organizing people to be able to review more quickly. So what emergency use or emergency authorization in Canada meant was that all the same steps were followed, all the same material was required to be submitted, all the same trials. And actually with this vaccine, these were massive trials that were done in adults. And actually these trials, we often hear that these pediatric trials were small. These are enormous trials for kids and kids vaccines. We don't normally even get trials this big, that, the 4,500 that we saw with the kids with this. So what they had to do was, by allowing it under this emergency authorization process, the companies that were studying these were allowed to submit data early so that the reviewers at Health Canada could start looking at the data well before the final submission. So and they were doing this, like they were on 24-hour schedules. People were scheduled to come in all day long and review, and different teams came in and reviewed all night long. What they do in these is they submit huge reams of paper and data. And I mean, they're looking at every single child, every single adult, every single person in the trial. They're looking at all the outcomes. They're looking for anything that was missed. All of that happened. So under the emergency use, when the final application was submitted, most of the data had already been submitted and reviewed. That's not how it works in the normal time. In normal time, you submit it, and then from the point you submit it, everything starts being reviewed, and it is slow and it takes months and sometimes it takes years. So all this meant was it was the exact same processes that were followed. They were just much better organized and much faster, and everything else got pushed to the side for them to focus on this.